So number one, find what you need to keep. I want you to find what you need. Why do I say this? Because one of the biggest mistakes people make on the financial side of their business is they build their business on the hope and pray plan. What I was talking about. I hope I make enough. I pray there's some left over versus knowing what you need from the business. Let me tell you a quick story around that. Crucial Conversations is a great book. Pick it up if you're a reader. In chapter 10, it's called Retaking Your Pen. It's a metaphor for your pen is like your self-worth. So when you're born with your pen in your hand. You're writing your story. It's a very easy to write it when you're a kid. You don't care what people think, what you're wearing. My daughter left this morning with red pants on and a red shirt. You know, like she was just all in, like she doesn't care. She's 6 years old. She's got her pen in her hand, writing her story. Nothing's deterring her. But then you get a little bit older, junior high, high school, you care. What are they wearing? How are they acting? How do I fit in? How am I accepted? Well, you're giving them your pen and they're writing your story. Then you wonder why as a teenager you feel crappy and like, what the heck is happening? And like, but as a teenager, we don't, unless we have good role models, no one's telling us that that's happening. They're writing our story. And then we're all out of sorts. Then if you're on this call though, you probably at some point took back your pen and said, you know what? I don't care what the world thinks. I don't care what anyone else thinks out there. I am going to start this real estate company. I'm going to wholesale deals, or I'm going to flip, or I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to go out there and create something, make an impact on people. I'm going to write my story. And then you took back your pen and it feels good, right? Feels good to do that first deal. You see that check and it's like, wow, this is not just something fake people post online. Like I actually got money into my bank account from this deal that I closed. And it feels good. But then you get around a group of people or you hear someone like me say, oh, we did 25 deals, which sounds amazing. But now when you're spending 26 out the door, and they don't tell you that at the masterminds, at the events and stuff like that, of like, they'll say the gross, but not a lot of people talk about the net because they're embarrassed. Either number one, they don't know it, or number two, that sucks. There is no net. They're an accidental nonprofit. But then you listen to someone like that, or the gurus out there in Facebook land, and they're saying, do all these deals. Then you get caught up like Joey did. And then you're saying, ooh, I should be doing more deals. I should be going bigger. I should be hiring more people. I should be doing this stuff. You get a case of the shoulds there, and then you give up your pen again. So even though you took it back to start your business, now you gave it up in a different form and fashion to be able to someone else, and now you're trying to write their story. But they're really writing yours. And they're saying you should be doing this much, and then you're trying to do 3 to 4 deals like Joey in a month, or like 20 or 25, and then from there, you say, I hate my business. I hate fix and flipping like Joey did. I want you to know what you need from your business because that's the greatest form of taking back your pen and making sure that the things that you are actually trying to attain are for you and for your family, and making sure that you have your pen grasped firmly and are not just trying to compare yourself to someone. Otherwise, you're going to be in your rat race your entire life, never really attaining what you're trying to go after and what you're seeking out there. So take back your pen. You did it to start the business. You might as well do it again. Take it back and say, I know what I need from my business. So what do I really mean? I'm going to talk about this as owner's compensation, owner's comp, this concept that you need to pay yourself what you need on a monthly basis, and that your business needs to provide that for you. And you need to know that number, and what is that number for you and your family? Because pre-profit first, you're either doing one of two things. You're either starving yourself or starving your business. You're either saying, I had a call with a guy this morning where he said, he point blank told me on this call, I have a scarcity mindset. Like I'm scared to spend the money because I want to make sure that my people are paid, that the marketing goes out and like all this stuff. And he had zero clarity of where his money was going. So he was starving himself. He's like, I'm not really paying myself what I need. You know, he's like, I'm just trying to make sure that everything is taken care of, but he has no idea if he can take more out or not. Like he has no clarity. So a lot of people are there. I did a podcast with a client and he said like, hey, I used to stand up in front of my employees and say, I'm not taking a paycheck for you. And that was supposed to be motivational to them. And his mindset has completely shifted from that. But that's where like the employees literally were during those meetings looking at their phone, looking down and like on Indeed, like, is this company going down? You know, it's like, that's where a lot of people are there in the starving themselves situation. Like they're scared to spend the money. The other one, starving your business. That's the one that might not happen as much. That's where it's like your first $50,000 check comes in and boom, I'm getting that Lamborghini. It's like, wait a second there. You just closed one deal. Like what's going on? So it's like, don't do either extreme. I want you to take what you need without hurting the business or hurting yourself. So that's what this is about, making sure you know what you need and then aggressively attacking that number. So how do you actually know what it is? Number one, find your keep number at the end. I'll give you a form. It's a simple 6-question form, here's how you know what you're keeping. I could do a whole section on that. I've recorded a video too of a walkthrough of here's how you find what you need to keep and start taking back your pen. So you know what you need. Then you build your business plan around the keep number. So it's not the hope and pray plan anymore. It's what do we need to keep from our business that will make sure that we get what we really want instead of what other people are telling us we should do. Then talk about it with a business partner or spouse. So if you've got someone who's close to you that the money affects. So if you have a business partner in your business, you probably have 2 different keep numbers. You need to talk about that. What does each person need at that level of the business where you are right now? Your spouse also, if you have a spouse, talk with them. I don't want them asking you over and over again. It's probably getting annoying. When can we go out to dinner? When can we buy groceries? When can we do this and that? It's let's get a plan in place so you can be very conscientious of what's happening on the home front and what you can take from the business as well too. So this is the first point. This first one is more just you taking back your pen, making sure that you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, know what you need and then go after that number and make that your first real goal, no matter where you are right now. A lot of people have these big nebulous goals. Oh, I want to hit 7 figures. Why? Give me a good reason. Is there something that will keep you fighting if you don't hit 7 figures, or does this sound cool? Versus, no, I need 7 figures because of this for my family, this for that I want to give, or this that I want to do and travel or whatever. If you could give me that, that's a lot better than just pulling something out of your butt. So what do you need from your business? That's the first thing to get you on track. So that way it gives you your first goals. That's where with Joey, I sat down with him and said, okay, here you go, the concept. What do you need to keep? He went home with his wife, filled out the form and said, okay, David, I came back, but I went a step further. I said, this is what I need to keep. He told me the number. Then he's like, this is how many deals I need to do. He's like, guess. And I said, I don't know, back to 1 to 2 deals a month. He's like, no, 5. I need to do 5 flips in 2020 and I will be able to cover what I need for payroll for the fix and flip company, and I won't need to steal from my rentals. Take the cash flow from there to fund the fix and flip company. And I'm like, that's powerful. And he said, yeah, it's very clarifying to know what I need from these flips in order to float this company without having to hurt the other stuff that I have going on. So that's where just having that clarity for him was a big mental lift off his shoulders. Making sure that you know where every dollar needs to go for you and for making sure that you know what you need from your company.